Hey everyone, this is TC, your guiding chariot. Welcome to your daily reading. This is going to be for April 16th, Tuesday. Going to be a very interesting day. We got a lot of aspects to talk about, but I'm not actually too nervous about them. And we do have we've got a couple oppositions, we've got a square going on. But it's interesting because all of the aspects seem to just play really well together. So I'm kind of rattle them off, but you'll see when I start explaining them, they all kind of support each other in a very kind of seamless, beautiful way. I'll start with the good ones. So we have two trines. So we have the moon in a trine to Saturn, which is all about benefit and growth coming when we can accept and take part in whatever responsibilities or duties we have. We have another trine, moon is trine to Pluto, which talks about emotional mood shifts, like mood shifts or emotional shifts that can lead to growth and new opportunities. Because again, Pluto is the planet of transformation. So if you can kind of allow yourself to feel these things that are coming up, they can kind of lead to nice little aha moments, little epiphanies. So those are the two energies that are really taking the harder aspects and using them to your advantage. So just know that there's going to be this shift that happens, or could be. Partly if you allow yourself to go through, any emotional moods that pop up, and if you are willing to put in the effort and dedicate yourself to whatever comes up today or whatever you need to accomplish today, all right? With that said, so those are our two trines. We also have a couple oppositions. So we have the moon in an opposition to Neptune. This triggers a lot of our escapist tendencies. So the idea that we want to just run away and live in dreamland and not face what we need to face. But again, with that trine to Saturn, if we are willing to step up to the plate, there will be help, support, and growth from it if we can just dedicate ourselves to it. So we're pushing through that escapist tendency that Neptune tries to put us in. We also have the moon in an opposition to Venus. So this can bring some emotional disappointment. This may make emotional relationships seem dissatisfying. It may also give this kind of air of disappointment in things, wanting more, wanting better, wanting bigger, all that kind of stuff. I think that is really going to trigger the square we have today. Thankfully, this square is with Jupiter, so moon is in a square to Jupiter. Like I said, anytime we have something with Jupiter, it's usually not a bad thing because, again, Jupiter is always trying to help us out. So this dissatisfaction, this disappointment feeling, I think may help to trigger this square, which isn't going to be super bad. But again, this square can trigger itself as laziness, indulgence, overindulgence, self-indulgence. Overeating can sometimes be a thing. So I say that and link those two because these disappointments, if not kind of kept in check, let's say, isn't going to manifest as anything super dangerous or subtract from any momentum we have, but it could lead us to this self-indulgent kind of road. To me, this is really linked with that Pluto, the Pluto trine we have. So it's kind of like when those feelings come up, it's either going to overwhelm us and make us feel sad and depressed and cause us to self-indulge, or it'll come up, we'll feel it, and we really lean into it, allowing us to transform and to shift and to grow and to heal from it. So you kind of see how these 5 aspects are all kind of rolling together in this kind of stew. Some of them are kind of bringing up challenges and opportunities to grow, where the others are supporting that growth and that shift. So they're all playing together. Biggest things, if anything pops up for you emotionally, whether it's past or present, anything that's popping up that's triggering an emotional response to you, whether it's good or bad, lean into it, feel it, process it. Don't try to suppress it and push it on the side. With that, if something comes up that needs to be taken care of, or so you find a loose end that needed to be tied up, or a responsibility pops up in your lap, don't shirk away from those either. Today is really about, or at least the aspects today are really about stepping up to the plate and kind of some heavy duty adulting. It's not always the most fun, but it is part of the human experience. You turn into an adult, which means you need to adult. It's a thing. I say that even more because our rune for today is Laguz. It's the rune of the water, rune of the sea. Beautiful energy. This particular rune can be a little scary, and you think of the sea. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, but it can be scary. It's super powerful. This rune talks about so many things. This one is really multifaceted. First and foremost, it can talk about taking a risk without a guarantee of success. This rune, like water, like the element of water, is very intuitive. So a lot of it is leaning on intuition, leaning on wisdom, kind of following your heart, being willing to enter the unknown and to just go with the flow. Sometimes there can be some unexpected stuff come up. This could be unexpected feelings. This could be also unexpected opportunities, unexpected shifts. Things can kind of come out of the blue. Some major life changes may even pop up without, like literally blindsiding you. But that's why this rune is going with the flow. You never know what could happen. You kind of just have to roll with the punches today. And if you have a punch that requires some action, you need to take it. So you might have to be on your toes a little bit today, and not in a bad way. Honestly, all the things that are happening are going to be for your benefit. It's not going to be something detrimental, but it is going to be something that requires action. It requires a step up, all right? So you're going to need to be involved today is the biggest thing. Cool? We're good on that? Sweet. Let me tilt this down so we can get some cards. There we go. Yep, there we go. So I brought the Keepers of the Light deck out. Ooh, hey. Stay up, sir. There we go. So I brought the Keepers of the Light deck out. Mostly so we can see what kind of support we have around us. What angels are coming to our aid. Let's do one more shuffle. And what we can try to keep focused on as we move through today. All right. Wondering when that was going to happen. All right, first card out, Master Jesus, forgiveness. Prompt reads, you are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. All right. Ooh, hey, you calm down there. You're going to get a few more. So, definitely could be letting some things go. I like that. Definitely feel like some of us may be moving on from the past. I talked about some shift and some transformation, so we're moving out of some old cycles, out of some old patterns. I almost want to say there may be some hurt or betrayal that we suffered in the past that we've kind of been stuck with or held on to. Not anymore. We also have Lord Shiva, transcendence. Yep, we're definitely transitioning, we're evolving, we're leveling up. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. So we talked about this with the aspects too. These opportunities are going to be arriving and showing up. And with that trine, the moon trine Saturn, benefit comes from willingness to follow your duty and dig into your responsibilities. It's almost like this transcendence is being set up for us. The universe is kind of like, all right, it's time for you to level up. We're going to get you to put on your big boy pants or big girl pants, which, it's just a part of life. It's part of our journey. This is really being orchestrated, though. The opportunities are being given to you. You just need to participate. So if you agree to do something, especially if it's happening today, but, what's being called for is follow through and action. All right? Follow through and action. So forgiveness is about whatever happened in the past. This could even be about forgiving yourself. Maybe there was something that you've been trying to do and maybe kept putting off or even flat out denying, and the opportunity is just returned and returned and returned. So some of that forgiveness might be for yourself. It may not even be about the other person, but you are about to level up. You are about to transcend. So you can't, keep leaning on this old energy. So whoever you're forgiving, whether it's you or another person, Go through that emotional process. Let that burden go, which will lighten you up and free you up for this transcendence, all right? Yeah, we're going to take that. We're going to take that. We're not taking these. All right. Beautiful. Okay. So, six of swords, right? Yep, 6 of swords. Moving into calmer waters. I love this. Moving out of distress, moving out of dis-ease. If there was any struggle bus situations going on for you, we are moving away from that. Then we have the 7 of Wands. So 7 of Wands, interesting. Sometimes the 7 of Wands upright can be seen as a block. I normally see it as this really kind of empowering moment. In the reverse, 7 of Wands upside down, what I think we're moving away from has to do with people pleasing. You know, not standing up for ourselves, giving in to others' requests, demands, suggestions. Oh, someone got flipped, I saw it. Oh, you know what, we're going to take that. So we have the Lover's card. So it could be dealing with a Gemini, possibly. Lover's card also speaks to, you know, reuniting, a soul connection. This I don't even think is part of this reading, but I do think it's some special side advice. We're going to leave that card out for a bit. Let's see, we'll see if more romantic things pop up. I think, no. Yes! 10 of Wands in reverse. All right, so ending some type of hurt or burden, healing, moving forward. A lot of what we've been talking about. Some of this could be dealing with your relationships, whether this is, you know, romantic partner, just relationships in general, business, platonic. This could even be as general as how you relate and connect to others. Maybe you were in a place where it was very hard for you to trust. You know, wherever this forgiveness is being called for, it could have left a mark on you that was so deep and so painful, it was hard for you to trust anybody. You know, anyone could just easily look at you the wrong way. You're like, nope, that person's evil. So this could be about you being open to connect and accept and give love a little more freely. But I love seeing this card in reverse. We're letting go of that burden. All right, all right. Beautiful. We have the Star card here. Hope. Could be an Aquarius as well. But hope, looking to the future. We've also got the Knight of Swords. So, could still be an air sign. We already talked about Aquarius. Knight of Swords. This is a messenger. This is a very fast-moving energy. Now, I will be fair. Technically, it fell kind of sideways reverse. So some of you may be getting reversed. Some of you may getting this energy upright. Honestly, I feel like this card is meant to be upright. This Knight of Swords is really about a messenger. This is someone coming to communicate something. This is someone, you know, carrying information. This could also be the Gemini. You know, if any of you watch The Quietest Revolution, she once, oh my God, I'm trying to think how she worded it. She once called Geminis, or like referred to Geminis as the synapses of the zodiac. That is totally what the Knight of Swords is. He is a messenger. He's a synapse. He's sending the message. So this person, whoever this Knight of Swords is, could be bringing this message about hope and optimism about the future, this clarity forward. Could be an air sign, doesn't have to be though. Ooh. Let's do one more shuffle, see what comes out. We got one more. Yes! Oh, I'm so excited. Look at that. 10 of Swords in reverse. So we got 2 10s, the 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, both in reverse, which to me really speaks about like freedom and release. Here we're laying the wands down. Here the 10 swords are falling out. The pain and the hurt is being removed. And I think a big key to that is this forgiveness. So moving out of a past or a situation that has really left us hurt, probably where we were a little more, people pleasing than we were self-serving, that is changing because we're no longer operating from that hurt space. We now have hope, possibly coming from an air sign. But essentially, it's bringing an end to this kind of period of suffering, I almost want to call it. And I want to say this was a real quiet burden. You carried this inside. This wasn't something you talked about. It's probably not something that a lot of people, even if they're very close to you, are really aware of or know much about. This is something you carried inside. And again, it's because we're coming from this real people-pleasing place. And I think we are reaching this point, if we haven't already, that we really need to be a little more self-serving. And it doesn't mean we need to be cocky and self-indulgent and all of that. But at some point, you realize you have your own needs that need to be taken care of, all right? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a part of life. You hear it all the time. You can't take care of others until you take care of yourself. So it's exactly that. Even if we connect this to the lovers, how are you going to love somebody until you love yourself? It's all that kind of storyline. And we're really working on that with today and today's energies and what needs to be really tackled for you. All right. Interesting reading. I'm actually looking forward to it. Real quick, I'm just going to pull bottom of the deck. So we have the Four of Pentacles, talking about storing up, saving, building resources. Queen of Swords, discernment, knowing what's good for us, what's not, what's right, what's wrong. We also have the Temperance card, which has to do with divine timing. High Priestess, definitely a card about intuition. We talked about that with Laguz. And then even underneath that, we have the Knight of Cups, so it could be a new romance coming in, could be a new suitor, and also Justice, karmic balance being achieved, Nine of Cups, emotional contentment, lots of good stuff coming, and a lot of it really linked to self, your emotional contentment, your intuition with the High Priestess, divine timing with Temperance. So a lot of things I think are falling into place for us behind the scenes. And while we're waiting for this to happen is what we're doing with this Four of Pentacles. We're kind of building up and saving up and storing up our strength. And we're doing that by releasing this burdens. We're not going to carry this around anymore. We're embracing this wonderful freedom that's just going to allow us to be open, to feel, and to possibly love for some of us. Amazing. All right, my friends, I'm going to wrap up the reading here. Have a beautiful day. We're off to a brand new week. I hope it's off to a good start for you so far. As always, thank you for coming and joining me in our community, watching this video. As always, I always appreciate the comments, the likes, the subscriptions. You guys are amazing. You will probably notice by the time this video goes up, I have started uploading our mid-month readings for the signs. So stay tuned. I have the first 6 up. The second 6 will get filmed and hopefully posted probably tomorrow night. Fingers crossed. But yeah, so stay tuned for all of that. If you're not already, please subscribe. I am going to be filming the May videos next week, so those will be coming up in a few days. But yeah, lots of exciting stuff going on. All right. You guys take care. Sending you my love. As always, love to hear and connect with you. Leave me a comment or question in the comment section below. You can also hit me up on Instagram, DM me at The Guiding Chariot. If you want to book a private session with me, all that info will be in the description box. All right, my lovelies, you take care. Have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.